Hello there, hero. I am Dia, and I hope you're having a fine day. Now that you are heading into the sanctuary, steady your heart and prepare yourself, as I can assure you that there will be struggle and pain ahead. But if you push through and conquer the challenges, you will come out on top and be rewarded. Hail, Lilith. Ha 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 ha.
This is a Diablo 4 tip for those with a limited time playing. If you're a beginner, casual player, or just have that limited time playing. So I hope this helps you, for your playtime or to make your game more efficient in playing Diablo 4. So for now, this will be 5 tips that hopefully can help you during your gameplay and improve your experience with Diablo 4, especially for the time crunch players. When you have family things and real life stuff, you only have a few hours to put in during the weekday or the weekend even. So these are just my suggestions and from my experience, because I'm similar to probably in your case where we just have limited amounts of time to play. We got a job, you want to go, when you get home you have like 30 minutes to an hour, maybe 2 at the most to play. On the weekends you'd have maybe a little bit longer, but you still have tasks to do and things like that. I hope this tip helps. So because this is kind of how I worked and processed it to finish the whole campaign and enjoy the game and the main storyline too. At least one of them, I hope, can help you out. So let's start here. I have a character that is a level 9. So just finished going through the usual process. Now, one of my first tip, I did say this before from my previous video too, is when you start, try to set up your controls so it works for you. So for all of the combos, it's easier to go through the menu. It's easier for you to move. It's easier for you to control your characters. Here, I have like just a fairly new character. So I have finished the campaign. I have a few characters that I actually created, a few in softcore and a few in the hardcore. Easier to kind of have a control setup where it's similar to all of them. They all won't be the same just because of how you want to use their abilities, but in general they have all of the same controls that works, like from opening the map and then opening up the action wheel where I have a lot of the controls set up there too. Oh, actually, this is a special one if you're doing a necro and you plan to do the corpse explosion, and then you want to do the blight corpse explosion, which turns everything dark, right? So I did have a character that did that already too. So if you're planning to do that corpse explosion and then the blight explosion, it might actually be helpful to you, because it was helpful for me. So this could work for you too. So this one worked well for me. I actually had my highlight on for the necro. So because when you're doing that corpse explosion and everything's dark, so at least here you would see where your character is when you're in a crowd and when you're blowing your corpses up, and then it's just all miasma, dark miasma all over the place, right? Okay, so set up your controls properly. It'll make your life easier going through, fighting them and going through your scrolls or going through your elixirs, right? So let's say before you fight, you need one, you just click, pop this up, and then click one, and then you take the elixir or the scroll or whatever you set up there. So it just makes it easier, basically. Again, number 1, controls. Set it up properly. Use the first portion of the game to play around with your controls. Make it smooth for one or all of the characters that you're going to be playing with, because for me personally, I love the story and I'm going to play a few characters. I'll have a couple of characters to actually go back to the campaign and finish them all again. But that's just for me. Control, setup, make it easy for you. The fighting buttons and the option buttons and all of that. So make that easy. Number 2, the second one, the map. Okay, I've seen this around. I actually forgot who I got this tip from, but basically from the map to make it easier for you to track, right? So you don't get lost. So let's say you want to do the main campaign, right? So you want to do the main campaign. You can just open up the map and then let's go to, so let's say I'm doing this campaign, right? Or anything. You could do side quests or any location, right? Open up the map and then just right click there, and you will see you got like a GPS route here, right? So you see that line, So if you, let's say you want to go to a dungeon, there's this dungeon, right? So you see that line, so it'll bring you there. But let's say we're doing the campaign, right? You see that line there, and then when you're out, you can see the line here. So you can just follow that. It'll just make your life easier. It's a nice quality of life, and then just go through. You could just go through there, and then you could just follow it, and then just following it. So pretty much won't really get lost. So you can see it here where you are at. So you could run there, and then let's say even in town, you could even use it in town. Let's say you want to go to a stable, right? There you go, and then there it is. If you see it here, right? You can see it here. So on your mini map, you'll see the line. So just follow that, and then it'll take you where you put that pin in. In dungeons, it will not give you a route, but you could still use the pin in dungeons, so it's easier to kind of, let's say you have to pick up stuff and then go back to the main area. Just put a pin on where the main area is, so at least you could reference it when you're looking at the map, where normally you'll have a task to pick something, bring it to an area, put it on a pedestal or whatever, go back to the other side, put it on a pedestal, or look for keys, right? So sometimes you have to hunt, you're in a dungeon, and then they're going to ask you to look for a key to open the door, then put a pin there, maybe close to where the door is at, so you could easily reference it once you get the key from whoever monster or vampire or whatever boss is there that holds the key. When you get it, it's going to be easier to track back to that area. So right click on the map, and it'll help you, guide you to where you're going to get, and it'll make it easier for you not to get lost. So that's number 2, the map. Nice quality of life, and then you don't have to open up the map all the time, because in your mini map you'll see the line, just follow the line, and then you don't have to open the map, close the map, open the map, close the map. You don't have to go nuts with that. That's the second one. Third one is when you get to level 15, you could get the Elixer. So that one is very important, because if you let's go here. You know what? Let's use the map. Let's go here, this area. There, then just follow it. Now when you get to level 15, you really want to get this. That's why you kind of want to get the stuff from you want to farm for that, because other than getting your potion level up, which you want to do too, once you get to level 15, let's say normally you will probably get this one first. So this is kind of the when you start, you'll be getting those small stuff, those bite berries from all around, and the gallow vine. It's all around the area. But this one, look at this. So it'll add experience by 5% for 30 minutes. So imagine when you start, within that 30 minutes, you'll be adding more experience points. You get more, so it's faster for you to level up, get your renown up, get your experience points up, get your skills up, basically. So it'll help you progress faster and get those skills up. So that's the third one. When you get to level 15, get your Elixer, for your extra points, and extra, like here, this one has increased armor by 50. So, it adds a little bit of help when you're fighting monsters. And then you have other, the other ones too, you could target or get, like here, this one increases dodge, but the main goal here is for the experience points. And then, when you get to a higher level, actually, depending on who you're fighting, you could actually have I think when you're fighting demon slaying, but this one's on, you got to be level 36 at this stage. But then again, you when you have access to that, and then you'll be around fighting demons, this will kind of help you fight goatmen, fallen, flies, and demons. 20% damage against them, and then gain that 5% experience point. So Elixir, just keep that in mind when you're playing. So it helps you level up because of the limited time we have, right? So leveling up quickly, it's great. And then getting, like this here, when you get to level 10, make sure you get your potions up every time you level up. Try to get as much as, try to level this up too, together with your experience. So don't forget the Elixir and the potion. And then the fourth is try to go through the main campaign. It depends on your style, right? So I really, when I get hooked to a storyline for a game like this one, I just go through the main campaign. I don't do the side quest too much. I'll just finish the campaign, because when you get hooked to the story, it's like a movie for me. So that's how I kind of work. And then after the game, I'll redo it again and then do the side quest, basically. For in this case too, I've finished the campaign, but because of how big the world is here, so let me open up the map, right? So look how big how big Diablo 4 world is, right? That's how big it is. It's probably good if your style is more campaign and side quest. It's probably good to go through the campaign much more than the side quests and the other tasks and the farming until you get a steed. Because once you get the steed, it's going to be easier to hit the dungeons. It's going to be easier to do the side quests. It's going to be easier to do the other tasks and roam around, right? And then it does not only just apply to that. Once you get your steed, that actually applies to your other characters on the same level too, or on the same world, right? So I believe if you get it, actually I haven't confirmed this yet. In my case, so I haven't confirmed this yet. If you just get it and then everybody will have access, or you get it and finish the campaign. Because when I got it, I was going through all of the campaign missions, basically. So like here, this is the main campaign missions. So I went through all of them. I got the steed there. And then now, even with this character, so this character is a level 9 character, a necro level 9. But because I've finished, I've gotten the steed, and or, I'm not sure if it's an and or, I've finished the campaign, I already have access to my horsey here, right? So I already have access to my horsey. So this is my horsey here. I got the mount. I got my what armor I want on my mount, and then I could actually at level 9. So this is a new character. I could ride the horse here, and then I could do tasks faster, right? So instead of walking around and running around, once you may do the main campaign and you get this, you could slow down, and then if that's your style where you do the campaign and the side quest, it might behoove you to just do the campaign primarily until you get the steed, and then do the side quest afterwards, because now it's going to be faster, right? So let's say here, got my horsey here, even at this level 9 which I started. There, so that's one of the advantage too of going through that campaign until you get the steed. You could use it to finish up the side quests that you like to finish up, do the dungeons, go to the altar of Lilith and all of that other stuff. So it'll just make your movement faster, especially for the necro. I've noticed that because I've been playing a lot of different characters, and the rogue is kind of, one of the, actually might be the fastest. The necro is fairly slow, and the sorceress, druid, I didn't really play much. Barbarian, I have not, because they just don't interest me right now. I'm more of I like the graphics, so I'm more of a sorc, a necro, and the rogue build, basically. Yeah, so that's the fourth. So for the fourth tip that I have, try to go through the campaign until you get the steed, and then that's when you hit the dungeons, you hit the side quests, you do the thing, because you got limited time. You want to, like if you have 30 minutes to an hour, you could run your steed, run to a dungeon, hit it, get out. Then you don't have to worry about most of the monsters on the way, right? Because sometimes if you're slow, like a necro or a sorceress, they'll start hitting you, and then sometimes you'll just get pissed and you just crack them open, right? Just that happens to me a few times where, like, I really don't want to fight on the road. I want to get to the main mission or the main task I want to do. But then again, when they start, some of them start hitting you, or it's like, you know what? I'll just crack them all, just blast them all off, right? And that's the fourth. If you can, concentrate on the campaign, get your steed, and then from there, then you could do the side quests and the other missions and all. It just makes it easier. It'll just, make your life faster and easier. So get the steed. And then the fifth one, the last one is, if you have like 30 minutes to an hour, try to farm some items, some berries, some side quests, or dungeons. Dungeons actually sometimes takes longer. So I suggest just cellars. side quest or those missions outside where you see those orange colored things. So okay, so if you see something like this orange thing, maybe instead of a dungeon, you want to do a cellar or something like this, because there's like an event where you could get some XP, and there's probably going to be a challenge here. So let's just do it right here, just one time. So, oh, look how slow. Necros are just super slow. Okay, so here it's... Oh, okay, so... So this will just be a couple of minutes. So this will just be a few minutes versus a actual dungeon, which will take longer. So there you go. So in a few minutes, I already completed the task, and I got this thingamajig. Ooh, nice. And oops, I got the task. So yeah, on the fifth part, since we have limited time, you got a couple of 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever. Do some farming or do some quests like this or side quests. That's that won't be too long, and or these orange type thingamajig when you see them on the map. Those like missions basically. So hope that helps, and hope as a beginner or a casual player, or as as a time limited player, I hope this helps, because we're in a similar boat, but doesn't mean we can't have fun. So enjoy the game. I loved it. I finished it. I'm playing it again. I'll probably have a couple of hardcore characters and softcore characters just for boss fights and all of that stuff. I will see you in Sanctuary. Thanks for watching.
Looks like you did well today considering the obstacles. May you rest and recover completely. I will await your return. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.